5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy T-Lo.
Yo, what's Gucci? This your man Tweet.
What up, y'all? DJ Kid Fresh.
What's up? It's your boy RL.
And we're next.
And you're rocking with The Rebirth every Monday at 7 p.m.
Two of us, you know the hits. Rebirth Radio, baby, every Monday, 7 p.m. Shay and Eli. All right, rocking that old school. Peace.
Hey, what's up, family? Welcome. We are here. It's another Monday night, man. It's Rebirth Monday. We are in the building. It's your boy, Eli Isabel, a.k.a. The South Got Something to Say. Listen, y'all, when I tell you we have a great show for y'all tonight, we got a whole new little squad checking in tonight, man. Shout out to Miss Rebirth herself, Shay Marriott. She is on a little vacay, getting a little R&R, but as promised, we will hold it down on her behalf. And man, we're going to have a good time tonight. So listen, I'm going to get right into our Black History Fact tonight. Are you not ready? I was going to introduce him after. Okay, but my producer's telling me I need to do it right now. So let's show the love. All right, listen, y'all. The people I have rocking with me tonight, they're so phenomenal. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves because I don't want to mess up or leave out anything that they have going on. So I want to show the proper respect. So we're going to start out first here with to my right, your left, y'all. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hey, it's your girl Jenny from the block, aka the producer, Mrs. Boss Up the Brain. I do a little of everything. Can't be your assistant though, because I'm an assistant to Shay and Eli, and I might die.
Yeah, no side jobs.
No side jobs. But what's good, everybody?
What's good, Jen? Welcome.
Thank you.
You in front of the camera tonight.
Yeah, I feel a little different.
So are you going to be a thorn in my side from in front of the camera like you are behind the camera? How's this going to play out?
We don't talk about family business.
Oh, shit. My bad. Excuse me.
We don't talk about family business.
Well, let me just mosey on over
Mosey on over.
Co-host, y'all. Listen, man, I want to bring this young brother, man, phenomenal young boy, man. I want him to give the information, tell everybody who he is. What up, Keith? Talk to the people.
What up, Eli? What's going on, everybody? Marquise here. You know, everybody knows me as Keith. Super honored, and I'm excited, to be the special co-host for tonight. Again, shout out to you, Shay. Thank you for reaching out so much. But yeah, Keith from Brooklyn, New York. Graduated from Delaware State University in 2019. I'm an educator by day. But in addition to that, right, I have a lot of philanthropy. I do a lot of philanthropy work. I have a nonprofit organization. I have my own podcast. Right, I model. I'm trying to get into acting. So I got my own clothing brand. I do a little bit of everything, right? So I can kind of dip and dab, everywhere. So I'm super excited to tell you more. But let's dive into the show, man. Let's do it.
Yo, hold on. How do you have time? Because I'm trying to get my life together with just 3 items.
So I probably, one thing I've learned about, just entrepreneurship and just like trying to do so many things is that, you just got to have an unbalanced schedule. I think I just prioritize what's important for the day, and then I just kind of get it done. I don't think about what's first, second, third, fourth. So,
no pressure.
No pressure.
Just make it do what it do.
Make it happen.
My man.
Just make it happen.
Yo, thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate you definitely, man. We're going to get into our Black History Fact tonight. As you know, Rebirth, we like to highlight black people who are doing awesome things all year long. Did I get that figure?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, y'all, if y'all knew the shenanigans that go on in the back, you'd be, this would be a great outtake.
I like that
situation around here.
We had that conversation. I told you was gonna miss it, but proceed.
All right. Anyway, yo,
you're gonna make it happen.
The disrespect is crazy. Tonight, y'all, I want to highlight Mr. William Bill Pickney. Yes, sir. Mr. Pickney, man, it's only 4 people in the world that have sailed around the world. And one of those 4 people is an African American. It happens to be this gentleman right here. So I want to highlight him, man. This brother has been on a boat and went around the world. I can't even fathom flying everywhere like that. This guy was on a boat alone. Nobody, just him and his navigational tools and his skill, man. So I just want to highlight Mr. I know a lot of people might not know who he is, and I kind of go through these things to find out, and I learn stuff. I think a lot of times we get stuck on the civil rights movement. We get stuck, and listen,
Absolutely.
respect to all of that. But there are other African Americans, black people who have done awesome things that we don't even think about. Most black people are
Very
scared
true.
to get on a boat.
Very true.
This brother done sailed around the world. So shout out to Mr. William Bill Pickney out of Chicago.
Shout out, Will.
Chi-town.
Shout out to you, man.
And he's still with us. He was born in 1935. He's still rocking. So that's an awesome thing.
Like,
No
Awesome,
doubt.
awesome.
No doubt. Listen, y'all. Man, tonight.
we got some conversations for y'all, man.
Unless you've been on a rock, you know everything that has happened with Keke Palmer.
Hey, you said it right.
We talking about Keke Palmer, guys.
You know
and her
everything
situation.
that has happened with Keke Palmer. We're gonna get into that real heavy tonight. But before we get started, man, we want to just show a little clip of Miss Palmer in action,
You see
and
it.
which kind of brought this whole thing to forefront, to fruition. It's kind of so.
Let's get into it, man. I got so much to
Listen,
say.
as you all know, Usher is doing a residency out in Vegas. And so he's been out there, man. Mad celebrities have come out to either jump on the stage with him
He was
or
out of pocket.
just come out to kick it, man. And so Miss Palmer, in her lustful excitement, I'm gonna call it that, for lack of a better
Lustful
phrase.
excitement, excuse
In her lustful excitement, Usher was singing to her, and she had on a very revealing outfit. He was singing to
did.
her,
She did.
and she seemed like she was enjoying it a little too much.
was.
Is that possible when you're a mom and somebody's girlfriend?
Wait, why?
Let's talk about it.
Wait, but why does it have to be because you're a mom? You can
Right.
no longer enjoy your life.
No one said that.
But I mean, you just said, how can
Because
she
she's
do
a
that
mom.
because she's a mom?
I think there's levels to it. I
is
think there's
levels.
levels to it.
What? Because you're a mom, or just because you're a woman?
There's levels to it because you are a mom. There's levels to this is my opinion. Because there's certain things I can't do because I have daughters. Right?
Okay.
Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, all right, so here's,
go ahead. Oh,
here's my take on it, right? Here's my take on the Keke Palmer situation. I'm just gonna look at it from the perspective of them being her being a celebrity as of right now.
Okay.
Not in general. So for her being a celebrity, right, and her baby father, the crazy thing is we don't even know if they were still together at that point given. That's one. Because they haven't been posting a lot since they had the child. Right? Nobody know their current situationship, whatever's going on. But I will say, the clothes to me, personally, is not a problem. I don't think that's what the baby father had a problem with. I personally feel like he had a problem with the way she was lustfully being excited with Usher. That's the only thing.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of in terms of why he felt the way, because regardless of your status as a celebrity or not, if you have a boyfriend, if you are a baby mom, I just don't think that you should be on another man regardless of status in that way, shape, or form. And this is my last thing, and I'll let you go. In addition to that, I understand the other side of the fence of why people think it was okay because of who she was. I know her personality. I know she's an entertainer. She likes to have fun. So I know she probably wasn't doing it with any malice, but I can understand why the baby father
It's the
felt it.
optics.
It is, but he dealt with it the wrong way. He should have just dealt with her when they got home.
Agreed.
I agree with that. But after the fact, she did get online and say he seen her walk out of the house. He
Correct.
okayed the outfit.
He did.
And
He did.
they are actually still together. He okayed the outfit. The problem was that it was Usher. And I
Jealousy?
kind of get that both ways so why do you think because you're a celebrity you can't be starstruck either? Like, what if that's your favorite person to meet?
That's how I saw it. That's how I'm like, I get that, because she was a fan. She was a huge fan.
Right.
But it was just the touching. I think it was a little too much. You don't think?
I mean, to me, no, because like if it was any other woman that was out there, like if he just picked a random person out on the crowd and did the same exact thing, would we be sitting here having this conversation?
Yes, that dude's her boyfriend that we don't know would be upset.
Exactly.
But we wouldn't be having it. It wouldn't be such a big deal and blown that out of proportion where it would be everybody in your business enough to have a comment or a.
So I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What if that was your man and Ashanti was doing all up on your man, singing to him and all up rubbing on him, like just everything that happened, but if we gonna flip it, that was your man and Ashanti. Would you be okay with it?
I mean, yeah, because it's a celebrity. Is he gonna go home with Ashanti?
No.
No.
Okay.
Is he gonna? Is
If
he
your
gonna do
man's a celebrity,
anything?
okay, your man's a celebrity. Let me throw that part in. I forgot that part. Your man's a celebrity. He's an actor, and he's vibing out with Ashanti like that because he has access to her. She has access to Usher. Clearly, she's in his presence in that setting. So let's flip it. Your man is somebody, and he has access to Ashanti, and she's doing all of that. Do you feel away or not?
It's part of the show, so why should I feel the way? Because I'm secure with him.
Okay.
So that's like saying that like the strippers is on your man. Are you gonna be upset about that?
But I mean, that's something y'all do together, so I think that would be like y'all just doing that for the enjoyment. Okay, one more question.
Okay, go ahead. 'Cause I don't feel like this is attacking me.
This
This is on the woman. Okay.
Well, you
But nah, I mean, I kind of see both sides.
Yeah,
But yeah.
and so now it kind of goes to his question. So if her baby daddy was in fact a celebrity, my question to actually both of y'all is: do y'all think that he would feel away? Because my thing is also that he's not in entertainment. He's not a celebrity. He's not of that magnitude.
Right.
So I feel like he don't understand like what that comes with. So for him, it's a little bit different.
Right.
But if that was like a celebrity who has access to all these people, do y'all think he would have reacted that same way? Or do y'all think he would have said, you know what, it's entertainment.
No.
This is what we do.
I don't think he would have, because I would think that he would just be like, oh, it's just entertainment. Like they just putting on the show. You can even go to the Beyonce and Terrence Howard. Jay-Z ain't act a fool, and she was way more over top of him than this was. Right, but she also danced on Terrence Howard to Let Me Cater to You, and that was more of a display than just that. So did Jay-Z act a fool? No.
To me personally, man, I wouldn't have a problem with it. The only problem I have is that he responded in a very bad way. You just don't go to social media and air out your baby mama or somebody like that. Granted, you can feel how you feel, and nobody's blaming him for that. I think people are really just blaming him for how he dealt with it.
So let me jump in here.
Go ahead,
with him not being a celebrity, just a regular dude, right? And you know, men, we all have egos. We all have our little pride. Not saying, and a lot of times he gets us in trouble. But my point is, because he's not a celebrity, should she be a little more cautious of how she moves in those circles that he's not privy to?
I'm gonna be honest. You want to
No, go ahead.
I honestly feel like she shouldn't have to adjust that. Okay, first things first is she got with him. I believe she's the one that she said the story about how she got with him. You know who Keke Palmer is,
right?
And
you
know her status, and you know what you're getting into. So I don't think she should have to adjust anything, because if you know that's not the type of lifestyle you want, and you can't deal with that, you shouldn't want to get involved just because it's Keke Palmer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think that sometimes you don't know until it happens. So that's never happened. He feel like, we're all secure until some shit makes us insecure.
Absolutely.
So he didn't know how that was going to feel because it hadn't happened. So I'm sure when she walked out with that outfit on, he's great. This is my woman. I got this. We good. I got the baby. Go have a good time. But then that happened.
Okay, so we also brought up Russell Wilson and Ciara now. So did you want to say something in that part?
Well, no, I was just going to say, when you get with a celebrity and you're a non-celebrity, you know who you got with.
Exactly.
So you have to respect their business. Like, this is part of her business. We don't know if that was some sort of agreement with her. Usher, I'm going to get on stage. Let's make people go crazy.
Exactly.
Because he did it the next week with, the next day with somebody else. He was all up on them. So it ain't a chemistry between them. They just didn't get as much play.
If this was pre-planned, hypothetically, that's something you still let him know, though, right? Yo, babe, listen, I'm going to the show.
It was pre-planned, though.
I know it wasn't. I think that was spontaneous. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was in the moment.
But he didn't really, like, he just grabbed her close, but he wasn't, like, on her. Like, he wasn't feeling on her. He wasn't R. Kelly.
I'm going to be honest. It was a little, like, it wasn't a lot, but it was a little, like, you didn't have to go to that extent. So,
But do you think that it was part of his show?
I do think it was a part of his show.
So you would just think it was part of his show that he's making this song just a little bit more sensual.
Let's watch it again.
Let's watch it again.
Tosh, after you show the video, follow up with their commentary that they put out on Twitter or whatever.
Okay. Usher did no wrong here. He's just But it's the hand. It's like the hand that goes behind in the second. She's singing. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a lot going on
It's
right
a
there.
lot going on.
Come on, man.
It's a lot going on.
That twirl at the end took me out right there.
Okay, so I can say the twirl was a little bit
It's a lot
seductive.
going
It was
on.
seductive, and you can see that he was looking. I'll give you the twirl, but everything else, like his hand was in the safe zone. It wasn't down
And
too
of course,
low.
Yeah, he didn't have no malice.
They weren't too close. Like she was on the side. They wasn't in the front. She didn't turn around where he can grind on her or nothing like that. It was like a safe.
It was.
It was a little safe dance.
Can we show their comments that they tweeted?
I see both sides.
Yeah, let's I'm gonna read out what they both said. So he says, "We live in a this is Darius Dalton, Kiki Palmer's boyfriend. I like to call it Shepherd. We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. So did he know she was going out with an outfit on? And he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my reputation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case."
Oh,
Okay, so do you have an issue with what he said? It's the outfit, though. You a mom.
You can answer first.
Go ahead.
Did he know about the outfit? Because the way he's talking.
But it's like, come on, man. You dating Kiki. Like, why does she have to? I don't think she should have to conform, like, ask him if that's an appropriate outfit. Like,
Okay.
she's a.
So hold up before you even go any further. So
Okay.
when she was pregnant with the baby, she was dancing in her panties and bras.
And he posted it.
And he posted
And he posted that.
So it can't be the outfit because
Well, that's what he said.
I mean that's what he said. But honestly, could it technically be the outfit? How can you not be okay with that, but you're okay with her displaying her whole body in her intimate?
Exactly.
And you're posting it, but now it's a problem because she was dancing on stage with Usher.
That I agree.
Sounds like to me that whatever parameters they have within their relationship, the dude, because every relationship has some do's and don'ts. Like,
Right.
this will bother me if you do this. This will bother me if you do that.
Right.
So it sounds like they're not clear.
What's going on?
Yeah, it sounds like within their relationship they're not clear because
Well, yeah.
if he okayed the outfit, now he has a problem with the outfit. Like if she normally goes out, like if you met her with her ass out,
Right.
I don't know if he did how he met her.
But Kiki, no, she doesn't do that often. But she dresses sexy.
Yeah.
This is what she likes to do. You know what I mean? So it's like you should know your woman doesn't have the intent to make you look bad or embarrass you. So I think it's just the insecurity on the man's part. At the end of the day, again, I understand you have things that you don't want your girl to do.
Right.
But it's like.
So was this all about just the insecurity? Because that's what it sounds like. Because again, if you go back to her one post, she said he knew about the outfit. She said he even smacked me on the cheek before I walked out the door. So it's not like he didn't know what she was getting ready to wear when she walked out, knowing she was still a mom at that point.
So do you think that this would have been a topic of conversation if she didn't do that with Usher?
Oh no, I don't think anybody
So
would
then I
have.
think the problem is Usher. I don't think the problem is what she have on.
I think you might be right. I think the problem is that she did it with Usher and not. Probably not anybody, but definitely the problem was because it was Usher at the end of the day and his insecurities.
Right. That's
And
what it
we all,
boiled
and
down
we
to.
all have them. And just imagine how your insecurities are magnified if you're with somebody famous. No matter how cool and how self-aware you think you are, if you're with somebody who's in the public eye, somebody with 1 million followers and all of that stuff, whatever they subscribe to in that life, that's gonna breed a little bit of insecurity. I don't give a damn who you are.
Well, do you feel like his friends seen it because it went on Instagram and Facebook. And his friends seen it, was like, look, here go your boy, here go your girl with Usher. You see this, and pumped him up to make him want to make that post.
Case.
Because
That could very much
if
be
you're
the
telling
case.
me I walked out the door, you had no issues. You knew who I was going to go see. And you know that I'm pretty sure that conversation is, oh my God, I love Usher. He's my favorite. That's my, star crush, whatever the case may be. You walk out the door with this outfit on, you get smacked on the butt. Yeah, that's a nice outfit. And then your boys is like, your girl out there with Usher. Now you looking crazy in their eyes because they done pumped you up when you were secure with it when she left.
Right. And I agree with that because it's like, and at that point, if you have boys that's even doing that and you know that you're with somebody of, like Keke Palmer, I think you shouldn't even be in that type of, I want to say circle because they might be your best friends. But if you have friends that's kind of doing that and making it seem as if like it's more than what it actually is, that's kind of like why are you even kind of entertaining those type of friends? You know what I mean? because you know who I'm dating now. Obviously,
Right.
my life has just changed 360.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you're trying to make it seem as if like, oh, it's not what you thought it was gonna be, or just because it's Kiki, it's like that shouldn't even been the case. So, but we don't know if that happened. But that's a great point. That is a great point.
Tosh, can we show Kiki's
Very great
response on
Very great point.
social media?
She is a fan of Usher though. I agree. Oh.
So Kiki said, one thing is certain and one thing is true. I'm a mother through and through. I'm a mother. And Stevie to the bullshit. Shirts available. Oh, then she about to get merch off of it. To all my moms out there, how is your baby change you? Mine empowered me on such another level. My perspective changed because when my baby is good, I'm great. Look at that face. Gratitude galore. I don't know what the baby and all that has to do with you wearing this outfit.
That's not the problem, man.
That's the problem for a boy.
But okay, we can even go back to that because women postpartum, we don't feel the greatest. You still
Right.
a little bit big
Right, that is
after the
true.
baby. Your body's finally settling back down to where it went from being pregnant. So if putting on something that made you feel sexy in yourself is a problem, then to your man, that's a huge problem. But again, we don't know what their situation is if he really okayed that outfit on the way out the door. So if you tell me it's cool when I leave out the door, like, yeah, you pumping me up, my postpartum self. I don't know if she had postpartum depression and that was on her mind and she finally was able to find something in her closet that she felt comfortable with going outside in as a mom. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that.
Well, let me simplify his response. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I was going really quick. I'm going to say if he okayed that outfit and then he came later and tweeted that, then it comes down to his boys was clowning him. And he needed to save face.
Exactly.
That's how he went about saving face. Now, I agree with you. He shouldn't have took it to social media.
Right. And my question to you all, I don't know if you wanted to stop soon or not, but I know he. But my question to you all as well is, so let's take the celebrity status out of it. Now it's just man and woman, right? As a man, do you tolerate that type of behavior in terms of letting your women wear those type of clothes and touching on another guy? Celebrity status or not. If they weren't celebrities, it would have been a problem. Simple as that. Right?
Well, it depends because if you met her and she's wearing that and you were okay with it and you've been okay with it all the way until now, until some other dude, touched her.
Agreed.
I don't feel like the problem was ever the outfit. That's another insecurity.
I'm worried about the Usher thing, the whole Usher thing. Because again, the outfit, I don't have a problem with it. I think that's okay.
I don't have an outfit. She's not my woman. I don't have a
But
problem with it.
I'm just saying,
Well, of course you don't.
I'm just saying celebrity out of it. Like just a regular guy and a regular woman. If I saw my woman doing that on any man, I'm gonna have a problem. But because it's celebrities, it's like
It's magnified.
It's magnified. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the question boils down to, was it just the right thing for her to do in general, regardless of who she is? You know what I'm saying? So can it be a double standard in terms
I
of
think
celebrity?
it depends on the standards and the barriers, whatever their standards are within their relationship. What's okay and what's not okay.
Right. But I guess to your point, like if it was just a regular dude, no, that would be a straight violation. Like, why are you dancing with,
Should you even do
Bob?
it just because you Kiki Palmer?
Well, if it's a celebrity, I feel like it's different because, like, okay, you go back to like people who go, like, if Janet Jackson has been your crush all your life, and you just happen to be that man that she picked out of the crowd to come on the stage, and she touched on you, and you did a little bit of touching, is that wrong?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is that you have money. Let's say you have a best friend or something that you liked for a long time when you got to see him. Would you gonna touch him because that's your friend for a long time?
No, I mean,
the only thing that changes is money.
Right.
It's
Well,
just because it's money.
It's their status.
It's
It's just their status.
I
And,
get both
it's just
sides, though,
it's the nature of their business. Like, you're a celebrity. This is another celebrity.
It is, yeah.
Let's read what Radio Shack said, and that's the bottom line right there.
Yeah.
He said if the fit wasn't the problem, dancing up on another man in the outfit is the issue. So, okay, hold up. So then let me ask this. So if she had on a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie, would the dancing on him be okay?
No.
Because he's saying
it's still
that
It's still disrespectful.
in that outfit. He said in that outfit.
So to answer his question, I feel like the principle is still disrespectful. I personally feel like you shouldn't have done it, but I understand why, and I'm not overreacting because again, celebrity thing, it is what it is. But to answer the question, it's still gonna be the same issue. I don't think you should have touched Usher like that, even if you had pants.
Okay, so
Or twirled. Or
if you were out and you just were dancing with your best friend that you haven't seen in years, and it's a guy, and you're in a relationship, that's still an issue, even though you know there's no feelings, there's no
I think
issues.
there's a difference between dancing and doing something like that. That was a little like, you feel me? She got cute, sexy. You know what I'm saying?
It still was a dance.
It's not like
It
the
still
regular.
was
It's
a
not like the
little-
regular bust and wine dance or like in a party.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like the only problem that it seemed like was the real issue was the walk away. Because the dance, they still were appropriate. His hand was in the appropriate spot. They weren't all
True.
up on each other. They were side by side.
Very
They
true.
weren't doing anything too incorrectly until she did the twirl, and then that's when it made it become a true issue.
Fair.
See, that's subjective because we don't know. We know what they did. It doesn't look highly inappropriate to us actual dancing, but we don't know what they've talked about and agreed within their relationship.
It's always gonna be opinions. Yeah, it's gonna always be.
Well,
It's always gonna
of
be
course,
opinions.
but then at that point, then that's just straight disrespect. If me and you sat down in a relationship, we had a conversation like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and I went out and did that, then
it's
that's
just
just
opinions.
you don't have respect for your partner's wishes. Then that's another conversation.
Agreed. Priscilla said, Jennifer Marshall, I'm going to get me one of those outfits. Now, that's a no. A hard no. And number two, but listen, so when my lady dressed a little risque, which is not often, but when she put that ish on, we're together. It's not like she leaves the crib and goes out
Yes.
with
So you
everything
have-
out and the ass out.
So you
we're
say you have
together.
trust issues?
No, I don't have trust issues.
no.
It ain't got nothing
No,
to do
I'm
with that.
asking because so if she can only wear those type of risque outfits when you're together, why if I'm out with my girls and we in Vegas and you trust me, if I put on that outfit, the same thing that's happening with you standing right next to me with it on should be the same thing that happens with you not being there.
I agree.
So if you're okay with the outfit in general,
You should
then
be
why
okay with it.
should you be okay with it without you?
Go ahead.
So for me, I feel like
I'm coming back.
for me, I feel like you just kind of know what type of world we live in, where it's like
We're
if I'm
men, so we know.
If I'm not present, I just know that you're just gonna have unwanted attention. Now, granted, I trust you to reject it and not entertain it, but when I'm there, it's just a lot more safer. But when I'm not, and you with your girlies, y'all are bound to get an audience. People are gonna come up to you. People are gonna try to talk to you, and you just don't know the type of guy that might run into you.
But that still seems like that's an insecurity on your part because at the end of the day, you still have to trust that whatever it is that I'm going to do is going to be in the best interest of our relationship because I'm coming back to you. So it doesn't matter who I have that outfit on with. It still should be a matter of trust. Because what are you protecting me from? Somebody looking at me or just someone saying something to
Men
me?
are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Men are crazy.
I mean, yeah, they are, but
Men
in
are
the
crazy
same
these days.
in the same sense,
token, I see what you're saying.
they're still gonna look. Like if you seen, I don't care, you and I know you going to sit here and say, but if you see somebody in that outfit, you're gonna look.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
You're
It's
gonna
okay.
look. Like,
I'm
I
human.
mean, you're a man. Like if your eyes that walks past you, even women are gonna look. Like we're all gonna sit here and look like, oh, look at what she got on. Now what we say might be different, but at the end of the day, if somebody walks past with that outfit on, everybody's gonna look.
So let me go back really quick to when I said that if my woman were to dress that way, normally when she dresses that way, we're together. Not because I try to tell her what to wear, but if she's going out without me, just out of respect for me, I don't even have to worry about that.
Right.
Cause she doesn't want that
be sexy
unwanted
for her
attention. Yeah, that's for me, and that's not for So we don't have those kind of issues.
Miss Priscilla, go get that outfit.
Shay say thanks, Keith, for holding it down. Jen, you look cute. What up, Shay? Yeah, I got a haircut.
Hey,
you don't have to
Shay.
pay
Wait,
attention
so
to it.
what can I say this comment that somebody mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
please.
they said if her man was there, she was not doing that.
Do you think?
I know.
I don't
Do
think
you
she
think?
wouldn't do it.
Well, okay.
I
What
don't
if
think
we
she
be
hold on,
together
hold on.
after that?
Wait,
I don't
wait,
think she
pause.
would do it.
Do you think if her man was there, would Usher have pulled her up on the stage to sing to her right in front of
Yes,
That's
I'm not-
possible
Usher
because
be
he
doing
don't know
that.
him.
Usher, so look,
We don't
Usher-
even know him.
Usher just tried to. Do y'all know who Winnie Harlow is?
him? Yeah.
Yes.
Usher
the
tried to
model.
pull Winnie Harlow, and she jumped in her man lap.
Okay.
Usher don't care
Respect.
because I think Usher just feels like he has that. Well, let me not say that. I don't know, but I just feel like Usher feels like it's because of who he is and he can do things like that. But I still feel like that kind of, messes up some people's, boundaries and
Or do you
parameters.
think that Usher's just putting on the show?
I think he's putting on the show.
I think he's doing that too. But
I think he's
on the
just
show.
being an entertainer.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, like you
it's
said, it's a
plenty of
level of
women-
respect.
But,
But
there's plenty of women that you could grab with. I don't know. It's
if it's a familiar face in the crowd, like you gotta understand,
yeah,
Usher,
yeah.
as celebrities, we all know them or think we know them. They don't know us.
Right.
So if you
Right.
see a familiar face in the crowd, and I'm like, oh, that's Keith, I'm gonna go to the familiar person and grab that person because I know who you are. And I know that your reaction may be a little bit different, you in the industry. So if she goes on and she's another performer,
Okay.
you go on and you put on a performance.
Okay. So do you think she does that with her man there? Yes or no?
Do I think Kiki would done it?
Yes.
I think she would have
You think
just by saying
With him
who
sitting
she
there
is.
at the table?
Because
Ain't no way.
the dance wasn't the problem.
But the question to you now is, bro, do you think that he would have condoned it more, being that she did it even while he was there, showing that I'm not trying to be sneaky.
Right.
I don't care. I'm doing it even while you with me. Baby.
I think that it would have been a abbreviated little thing. It wouldn't have went that far and that long. I think
Got it,
because
okay.
old boy right here at the table, because it was clearly in a section. It looks like tables, drinks everywhere. Us is over there singing to her. I think she did a little 1-2 and then ease back.
ease
'cause
back.
There go my man right there. You
you
can't
don't think
do
she
that
would have
right
sang
in
in a
front of him.
microphone with him?
I think it would have never made it to that point. It'd have been a quick little 1-2.
I
and
agree. I can
her
see
would've
that.
been
I
like,
can
yo,
see
girl,
that.
Go.
I can see that. I can
I don't
definitely
know.
see
I
that.
think she would have still did everything but that twirl.
Okay.
I think everything would have happened but that twirl because it was still in innocence.
Wouldn't right. So
I agree.
Would
I
you?
do agree with the innocence though.
If you were her and your man was there, would you entertain that whole thing in the same fashion with your boyfriend right there, your baby father?
If I feel like I'm doing nothing wrong, yes, absolutely. Because if I went up there, Usher called me on the stage. I knew I could sing a little tune.
Right.
With the way we were dancing, his hand was in appropriate place. I would have done the same thing because I'm not doing anything
Okay.
wrong. I'm
No,
just being a part of the
see that.
show.
And you would have handled that heat on the side of your head from the boyfriend.
I think that's
I mean,
fair.
but
That's fair.
if you can't display yourself of being who you are in front of your partner, then that's,
that's
a
a problem.
problem.
Yeah.
Because if I would have done it in front of my girls, why can't I do it in front of my men? If I know in my heart I'm innocently doing nothing wrong.
But
Right,
here's the thing:
Right.
have you displayed that as who you are before in front of him?
Yeah,
Does he
she
know
was
that
dancing
part of who
naked.
you
Well,
are?
I mean, you should know her personality. You
Right.
would think.
You got a
She
whole
posts-
baby with her now.
Right.
And his comment was, "You're a mom." It wasn't anything to do with their relationship. He said, "You're a mom." So he
And
brought
he
it back
said
to
he has
that.
standards and integrity or whatever. I don't want
Right.
to misquote him.
For
but he
his
has
baby mom.
Yeah, within for himself. So she has to understand that about him also. As he needs to understand that she's a celebrity with his big personality, then
Right.
she needs to understand who he is too and adjust accordingly. I'm not saying she shouldn't be dressing how she want to do. If he's cool with it, he's cool with it. But there should be an adjustment on both.
On how you on both parties.
Both
Right.
parties.
But
Agreed.
again, that's a conversation that
For
you
them
should
too.
be having from the beginning. Like, you know, this is my standards, this is my expectation. Like, I want you to go
Hey,
out with
Tootie.
your girls and have fun and be you, but I want you to do it with respect. And this is what I feel is disrespectful because his level of disrespect obviously wasn't her level of disrespect.
Right.
And that's the problem. Like, why is that not here?
Because
What he
everybody's
thinks and what
different.
she thinks. Why isn't it? But that's a part of relationships. Relationships are part of relationships is compromising and coming
is.
together.
It is.
That should be hashed out a long time ago.
We would never
one
know.
would think.
We would never know.
Well,
We would never know.
one
We would never know.
But how many people actually sit down and have those type of conversations?
would
Like when
never
you
know.
first getting together, you know, you talk about this and that. You know, everybody want to bring up their childhood, their past, this, that, and the third. But do you actually sit down and be like, these are my standards of when I have a woman, this is the standards that I want. You learn that along the way when things happen.
Right.
So now you know he got standards. I don't want you out with your booty cheeks with dancing with Usher and doing a twirl because you're a mom. But was that his standard before she was a mom? Did it change after she became a mom?
I love women because your perspective is that's a very
No,
It's a very good point, man.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
a
she
good
can't-
point. I don't disagree with that. I think
all.
that when you're dating, if you're an everyday dude, and I don't know who he is and what he does, he could actually
Right.
be whoever. But if you're an everyday dude and you're dating somebody like that, I think there's a level of starstruckness for you, and then there's a level of goddamn, I pulled so and so. So you gonna ride the
Goddamn, I
wave?
pulled-
You don't give a
As
shit
far
about
as you
any of
can,
that
word.
because you
Exactly.
shining.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
shining
Like,
around
I
the
feel
way.
like-
Like
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
I
so-
wouldn't even.
I feel like personally, if you was gonna take it to social media, it'd be like, yeah, he
Terrible
might be
decision.
Usher might be on her, but I got her when she come home tonight.
Terrible
yeah,
decision.
men aren't that mature.
Yeah.
Not most of the time. We're not that mature. Not all
Instead of
men.
turning it into now y'all beefing, she got videos,
That
know,
was a
doing
terrible decision to
TikTok.
take
She
to
almost
social, though.
clowning you now herself. Like she just did a video.
So are they together still or no?
I don't know, but I know she just did a video
And they just
right
unfollowed
before
each
we
other.
got on, and it was like Usher, let it burn.
And
like,
they unfollowed each other too. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. That is crazy. And they just unfollowed each other too on social media.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Right. And I mean, that's something that normal people would do. You get mad, well, don't be on my page no more, so I'm going to block you off.
That's entertainment, man.
But I mean, really, so it all boils down to your life came down to a social media post.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. I think that's a very important part of this whole thing. Him going to social media.
Terrible decision. Terrible.
Isn't that how? And I'm going to say younger people because I know I'm clearly the oldest person in this room by like 15 years.
You got that
more.
right.
I'm a little old.
You better be glad we're gonna need you. I'll give you a damn hour with this ink pen right here. But I think the generation that what is she 30? Maybe.
She around that age.
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
I am 27.
So I'm gonna say y'all's generation, not her. Y'all's generation, because I know she up there with me.
I'm good.
Y'all's generation.
All
I
right,
think
good,
social
Josh.
media is very important when it comes to relationship. Like I think it dictates.
What happens?
Yeah, it dictates how your relationship can and cannot go. So when you go to that right there and you're seeking, I don't know if you're seeking validation, support from other people saying, yo, bro, you right. She shouldn't have did that. I think, and Keith said it earlier, like that was the worst thing to do.
Yeah, terrible.
And I think his feelings was hurt and he was trying to save face. And I think one thing with women, I don't like to say what I think women should do, but I'm about to say what I think women should do. I think,
Go ahead.
so y'all can come for me if you want. It's okay. I think that you know that we have that. Our ego is the most fragile thing in the world, and I know women don't want to dance around our ego, but you have to know your man and know where you can go and how far you can go.
Agreed.
And if you done laid up and had a baby with this dude, you gotta at least know that much about him.
Agreed.
Do you? Because how many people out here have...
Buzz on
But
him,
it
you
kind-
got the
it-
brain,
it-
and you
it-
already know
it
a
all-
little about him.
Let's be for real. Like a regular person, sometimes you have that baby with that person off of, we was just messing around, and now you have to learn after the fact. So do you really know them all the time?
It all boils down to the same question. We would never know, man.
Right.
We would never know what other, we would never know.
Right.
What you should do is understand your partner, but some people seem like they don't.
Hold on. So we got a comment from Tasha. And she said, I had a situation where I threw my thong on stage and it hit Tank on the face with my man there. He was mad, but he got over it.
Please call on me.
Please answer that, Eli.
I know I got a question.
Oh,
So was a thong you brought with you in your purse to do that with, or it was fresh off the ass? Oh, okay. Well then that's different. If you over there doing this right here, well, if you standing there and you do that in that weed, it's a problem for me.
so her throwing the thong
You know what's
wouldn't be a
crazy? I
problem?
think that's worse.
What? Just one out of her purse, like bam?
Yes. I think that's worse.
I might well find that more funnier than I would her taking her panties off and then
I'm
throwing them
saying
on the
I think
stage.
that's worse than like the Kiki situation.
He
I
ain't
would rather
touching
the-
my woman though.
Nah, I don't know. I'm not going with you for you to throw a panty. That's just like the most.
I mean, that's like saying anybody can't touch your woman though. Like, nah, you just can't. Don't nobody touch her. Just because it's
It depends
Usher,
on how. If it's not just Usher,
he wasn't touching her wrong though. You
Listen,
even admitted to that.
if the lead singer of Best Kept Soul was doing that to my woman, I'd feel the same.
I would too, because she's a
I'm not-
girl.
He was right for feeling that way, though. He have a right to feel that way,
Who
though.
the guy is, like,
Right.
I just feel like if you my lady and you're doing, because it's certain shit. Okay, it's certain things that our women don't want us doing.
Agreed.
True.
You know, when we're out at the bar, at the club,
Yep.
or wherever. Why? How come we can have? We're not allowed to just be like rubbing on girls' asses, trying to talk to them, whispering in their ear, right?
Right.
Right.
That was a rub on a girl's ass, whispering in the ear moment with her and Usher.
But he didn't do it.
Complete with the twirl, with the you look at the
So
cakes
then it
as
goes
I
back to
walk
Kiki
away,
then, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to Kiki, right?
and the standards of their relationship, which we don't know what they are.
Exactly.
But
We would never
you
know.
gotta look in, like, she didn't take the bait. Like, yeah, Usher was being what he was supposed to be. He was being on
Yeah.
stage, being
Yeah.
seductive.
I ain't blaming him.
Right. Well, in a sense, because like you know she had a man too. Like we all know Keke Palmer got a man, so you know she got. That's saying like somebody know you got a wife and they come pulling up on you, and knowing people are going to see it. He knew he was going to see it. He knew the man was. You mean to tell me he didn't think
No,
that man
I
was
know
going to
he-
see that?
you know he was
Okay.
gonna see it.
He
That
knew
was
he was
gonna
going to see
I don't
it.
think he knew that it was going to be that long though, or like escalate to the point where Kiki was really up there jamming and
I don't think that he thought it was going to be a problem. He thought he was doing what he's supposed to do. He's putting on a show. He's putting on entertainment. As far as her, she maintained her distance. She didn't draw in close to him, where she could have been a lot closer to Usher.
Very true.
She didn't do any of that. Like I said, the only thing that I can see that you could possibly have a leg to stand on was the little twirl and how she did it. But she was in the moment and feeling herself.
Yeah, she was.
Okay, so question for the both of you. What if when you, I don't know if anybody's in a relationship or not, but if you are or when you are in a relationship, what are your standards for your partner? Like, what are your standards for your mate?
I feel like you set the most obvious ones in terms of like, okay, so let's look at it in terms of dating, right? Because there was a question that arose where someone said, do you give somebody the same treatment if you're just openly dating other people? So let's say, for example, we're dating. Do I treat you as if you're my girlfriend, or do I treat you as if like we're dating exclusively? You see what I'm saying? Like we're dating, individually. Whereas we're openly dating other people. I'm not treating somebody I'm dating with like I'm not treating somebody I'm in a serious committed dating stage with the same way I would treat somebody that I'm openly dating, other people.
Right.
Because if we're dating to get together, then obviously we're dating to get to learn each other.
Right.
Right. And in that point, we should be learning and discussing what our boundaries, what do we expect,
Right.
what do we want. Whereas if we're dating, but we're still dating other people, you can do what you want.
Right.
I'm not gonna place any parameters on you because I don't want to exclusively date you yet. I'm still trying to see if I want to do that. However, if we get to a point where it's like, okay, you know what? Now I want to date seriously and exclusively where you can't talk to other people.
Right.
I want it to be me and you. At that point, we can start talking about what you can and can't do. Right. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. And you're gonna continuously have things that you set into your boundaries. So
Right.
there's never like just one, two things. You always gotta just learn and grow as you learn the person.
Right. But I feel like I kind of feel the same way. Like you have to have that conversation on where you are in the dating scene, and a lot of people just blur that line. Like I'm talking, and we done all of these things together, so now the line is blurred. Right. So it's like, oh well, you can't wear that, but you're not my dude. So you can't tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing. But like you said, once you get to that commitment and there's things that, okay, it was cool, but I don't like when you do X, Y, and Z. Because you can't tell someone what they can and can't do.
Right.
You can say what you don't like and what you do like. And then it's up to them to respect that or say, look, this is me, so you're going to take me how I am and get over it. So it's the level of where you are, but it's also those conversations which most people do not have. You do not have those conversations. You just find out when it happens. Like, so it's like, oh, well, you wore your booty cheeks out. I ain't like that. And it's an argument versus where if you were mature enough to sit down and be like, look, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I like.
Right.
Can I say something real quick before you dive into it? And I also like that point because another thing I've learned is that a lot of times when we date, we try to date to change people for what we want, as opposed to just finding somebody that has the same boundaries.
Right.
So, and I've learned that from experience myself. Right, I've been in relationships where it's like I can take blame for that. I've tried to change the person to say I want this, I want that, I want this, as opposed to just realizing that that's not who they are.
Right.
And you're kind of just dragging your feet. So I definitely agree with that. Just find somebody who has the same boundaries as you.
Right.
And it'll be a lot easier.
And I agree. And I think to your point, people don't sit down and talk. We see somebody they fine, they got everything we like physically.
Right.
Especially when you're younger, you gloss over all of the more important shit.
Yeah, right.
Where you molested as a child. Do you have a bad relationship with your dad?
Right.
Those things are important.
Exactly.
When you hooking up with it, when you getting to know a man, because if you've been scarred by the first man, hypothetically, the first man who's supposed to love you, if you've never had any kind of counseling, how do you bounce back from that? How do I give myself to a good man who's coming along?
Exactly.
But if you find that you got a fat butt, we don't care about that until we have to care about that.
Right.
And then you in too deep and it's too late.
Right. And it's the same for a woman. Like, how do you treat your mama? Because if you have no respect for the person that gave birth to you, how are you going to show me more respect than that?
I agree.
I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
So do you guys think that you can you date someone again if you're not 100% healed, right? And I asked this because I asked the question on my social media. I said, hey guys, do you think that you can, date again in a faithful, committed relationship while you're not 100% healed from your previous relationship? But when I asked that question, I wasn't asking in terms of, you actually went through some trauma or you actually went through something significant in your past relationship. It was just a matter of, you got over your ex, let's move on. But someone brought to my attention, when you say healed, that means that you've experienced some hardship in your previous relationship.
Right.
Meaning like it could have been an abusive relationship, right? You cheated on, something like that sort. So do you think that somebody is going to ever 100% fully heal in order to date again, or should they wait to kind of get over that phase in their life? Did that question make sense?
Yeah, it do. I think that first and foremost, I think that you probably shouldn't date if you're not 100% healed from the previous situation. However, that's not realistic because most people, you meet the next person and you kind of jump right in, which is unfair to the person that you're about to start dating.
Right.
Because they don't know what you're bringing to the table. Again, in the beginning, you see all the things that you like. And the Lord forbid if you have sex soon enough, then you're really blinded by all of the things that person, all of their negatives, all of their, when they're ignorant. You can hear them cussing their mama out, but you so stigmatized, you don't even, he wasn't cursing her out. He was speaking to her sweetly.
Right.
You get blind by certain things. So no, I think that. And here's another question: are you ever 100% healed, or do you learn just to deal with what you went through better?
I think we're going to the same point. Go ahead.
Right, because no, you don't have to be 100% healed, but you should take that time and not just relationship hop. You need to take that time to at least really, get over it. Learn who you are. Learn your mistakes, because when you break up, it is a two-way street. Like, I don't care if you did cuss your mom out. It was my fault for staying there with you, knowing that you do that.
Yeah.
And going through whatever we went through in the midst of that. So, yes, I feel like you should take that time to kind of find yourself, get to know yourself. But what most people do is like, I'm done with him. Now I'm on to this one. Versus you haven't taken that time to figure out what went wrong, and you bringing that baggage to the next relationship.
Yeah.
And you're not giving that person the opportunity to be the great person that they could be in your life, because you're already going in with the insecurities of your past relationship and what the other person did and taking it out on them eventually. Now I don't trust you. I might not have no reason not to, but because he, cheated and did all of this, I'm bringing that with me because I didn't take that time to, fully get over it, or at least get to a point where I can understand and identify situations and know where I went wrong or what went wrong and how to move on next.
And contrary to that, I feel like sometimes, and contrary, like that's a very valid point. And in addition to that, I also feel like a different perspective is sometimes it can dating somebody that's actually there for the right reasons can speed up that process of healing. So to answer the question as well, I don't ever think you'll ever be 100% healed.
Right.
However, give yourself the grace period to actually get over it on your own. And then when you get to a place where you're like, okay, you know what? I want to try this dating thing again.
Right.
Allow the person to, help you through that. But I think it has to be up to that person to be willing to do that. Because if you're just going to that person with wounds or with your guard up, it's not fair. But if you have a conversation and you see that that person is still willing to say, you know what? I want to be there for you. I'm not rushing. Let's take our time. If they're willing to go through that phase with you, I think it's okay to date.
Right.
But if you're just going into it with the mindset of let me just date somebody else so I can try to get over my trauma, then I think that's where the problem is. You know what I'm saying? So it's always two-way streets when it comes to relationships or certain situations.
Yeah. What up, Corey? Corey says that's true. You don't have a good relationship with your dad. How you going to handle me from the male perspective? That's hard. And I think a lot of people, and in our community, a lot of us are absent. We weren't there for our daughters. We weren't there for our sons. So it does put us at a disadvantage because a lot of us haven't seen a healthy relationship. You wouldn't know what it looked like if it smacks you in the face. So which goes back to where you're saying that, are you healed should you be healed before you move into a new situation? I think that, like he said, if someone's willing to work with you through that, great. But sometimes if you're so damaged, you don't even recognize that you have that in front of you.
Right.
So that's a part of where, like, if you can heal and give yourself the time, you should, because you're going to run that good person away.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and then going back to what he said about daddy issues, like, I feel like a good percentage of women have them, but it's the fact that you know what it is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what it is, you're always chasing something or looking for something that you're not understanding why you're running away, good man, because you don't know that the issues stem from your daddy issues. So once you understand that's what it is, then you take that time to heal. That's when you go into therapy. That's when you learn how to cope with the issues, because your daddy issues may not never change because it might be your daddy, or you might not know him. It's like some people, I feel like people that have major daddy issues are the ones that don't know him. Like you don't know what your dad would have been like, or you don't know how he would have dealt. All you know is that he left, and that bittered you from childhood. Like, my daddy left me.
Yeah. I have a homeboy, right? He's a successful pharmaceutical sales rep, makes great money, 6 figures, big house. I don't know if that's the whole nine, right? Has done great for himself. And he finally reconnected with his father about 10 years ago. And his dad told him, he hadn't seen his dad since he was like 6. and he reconnected with him at about 48, 47, right? And his father told him, he says, you know, had I been a part of your life, you probably wouldn't be where you were today, where you are right now. I probably would have messed your life up. So sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes it's best that people aren't around. Because think about that. His father told him that I probably would have messed your life up. You wouldn't, where we sitting out on your deck, he's brought his dad in from Louisiana. Sitting out there having a cold beer together, and they had a heart-to-heart talk. He says, I might have messed your whole life up. So I think it's something to be said about that. That part too, you know, we have to be. Sometimes the man don't need to be around.
And I kind of want to, and that leads right into it's crazy. That leads kind of right into his next segment. I'm sorry, I just love asking questions in perspective.
No, let's go.
But like, so another conversation that I have is, so I do this thing where I like to on my social media, I use it for conversation, right? And another one of my questions was, as a dad, well, in general, do you feel like what's more important, a daughter having their dad in their life, or a son having their dad in their life? Wow. And my perspective was, I don't have neither, but I have a dad in my life, or whatever the case may have you. I personally feel like as a man, we learn responsibility. We learn how to, protect and all of those things. But I feel like I'll find my way, just like your friend did. Yeah. Right? Without his dad. I feel like we'll find our way. And it might take some time. It might take some trial and error. But we're still going to learn how to do those things. Whereas with the women, they have to learn a lot more emotionally with their dad. And that's a lot harder for them to overcome than a guy not having the dad. Because I feel like we'll still kind of learn it. Now, I'm not saying it's not as important to not have a dad as a son. But I personally feel like having, a dad being present for their daughters, I feel like that's very crucial. And I just wanted to bring that up because you mentioned, his dad wasn't in his life, but he still turned out to be okay. Right. Which is why I feel like if we didn't have it, we'll figure it out. Yeah. But as a woman, I feel like if you don't have a father figure in your life, that's a very tricky situation because now when you see men, you don't know what you're looking for. You're going to be kind of all over the place. So I just kind of wanted to see how you felt about that, especially from you because, you have kids and things like that. So what do you think about that?
Man, that's a tough one. I feel like this is going to be, so I'm going to go completely different than what you said.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to say, because boys need to be taught how to be men.
Absolutely. Right.
And ain't nothing a woman can do. Now, a woman can only take a young man so far.
Right.
And there are a lot of single women that have raised great young men. My boy, who I was just talking about, his mom did an awesome job with him. I feel like, just in a perfect world, if all the dads were around and they were positive men in their sons' lives, right? And the daughters were lacking. Well, when the women get out into the world, because this is crazy hypothetical, but if all the men were around in their sons' lives and they would showing them how to treat women, how to be respectful, then it wouldn't matter what the woman was lacking because they're not going to get misused or mistreated out here because the men know how to be men and treat them accordingly, and they can still come along and learn slowly.
I agree.
I agree with that to an extent because I feel like I'm going to go both ways because it's really a hard question.
It is. Yeah.
But I feel like as a woman, you do need your daddy to teach you how to be loved by a man. I feel like that's why so many women tolerate and deal with so many bad things in their life because you didn't have your dad to show you, like, you don't take this from no man. You don't do this. Yeah. Like, no man shouldn't treat you in this manner. But if you don't have that nurturing, you don't have that from your father, how do you know? Yeah. What does that love look like? And then we also get deemed as these independent women. You raised by your moms. Well, you don't need your daddy. I'm your mama and your daddy. Yeah. So then, that's where we get that stigma of, of independent women. But you had to learn it that way because you didn't have that. So your mom had to be both parents.
And I just want to shout out this comment, and I think this is a very perfect answer. He said, I think it affects men more younger, which is a great point because you kind of mentioned how we're not present. But then he says, but women as they get older. I think that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, bro. That's a very, very great answer. Point. Very great answer.
Wow. So where we at? So listen, we only got a few more minutes. I want to just jump into something completely different. Something that we had this conversation at my job. I thought it'd be fun to bring it up tonight, right? So we were talking about, and ironically, I was ended up watching Insecure over the weekend on Netflix. So the one cat that Issa Rae was dating, they had this full disclosure, right? And she was saying, it was Molly. Maybe. I think it was Molly. Anyway, the point of the matter is they were talking about college and all the crazy things they had did. So she was like, I did this, I did that, and the one time I kissed a girl, blah, 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 blah. So then she was like, well, what are the crazy things you've done? So he's going down the line. And then he says, I made out with a dude once.
What?
So it was just she was like,
okay.
What?
I remember that.
So now she's telling the girls this whole thing. So if a girl makes out with a girl one time, 20 years ago, she's not a lesbian. But for her, if a man does that, he's gay forever. If he has one encounter with a man and ever, is he gay forever?
It's hard.
Like,
bro.
what
As a man,
what is that?
I'm gonna be honest. It's a double
It's a
standard
double
for that.
standard.
That
It's
was
a
like,
double
he know
standard.
he's gay, sis. Don't.
Yeah.
He was
It's
like,
a double standard.
That's when I was in college, 15 years
double
ago.
standard.
It's definitely a double standard.
It's a double
for that.
standard.
And it's sad, but I can't disagree. It's a double standard because like the society, you even think society is okay with women being with women. Like you know, you have a threesome, it's always 2 women. It's never looked at as nothing crazy.
They just do
But
it.
if a man does it one time,
Yeah, it's a super double
it's
standard.
like.
man. Yeah, it's
Did
just
you
double
like
standard.
that? Like,
Why I got
Why
all
you-
extra questions about it?
And it's sad that it's that way, yo.
Definitely,
It's so
And
sad.
no, look, Tasha will get mad because I'm gonna bring up the point of when Tank said if a man goes down on another man one time, that doesn't make him gay. And I'm sorry, but to
No,
me that
I'm not
does.
gonna lie. No, I can't lie.
To me,
It
that
does.
does.
It does make you. Yeah, it does
It
make you
does.
homosexual. Yeah, and you can't say you bi neither.
So with that being said, you're in love with Tank or whoever. You're in love with your man. He's a great provider. You guys get along well. You have a great relationship. You're both good earners. Beautiful home. Great kids. 10 years in, you found out that he messed with a dude in college. What do you do at that point?
Oh,
That's a question. dude.
It just comes up at the college class reunion. Y'all on the yard. Yo, dog, remember that time you kissed Bill? And y'all was like,
what?
See, but it's so much. It's just so much on top of that because like she has so much to lose now. Like you got the house, the kids.
Right.
Like
I
that's,
mean, it was
that's
10
tricky.
years ago. Like, do you still see Bill? Like, how cool are you and Bill? I don't know. Is Bill still around?
Oh, man, that's
Like,
tricky.
what's your relationship with
I only
Bill?
see Bill at the homecoming. I only see Bill. It is right.
Right.
How you know about that?
That's tricky.
But like, I mean, I guess it would depend on what the relationship is with Bill. Like,
I don't want y'all to be friends.
yeah, like I don't want y'all going on guys trips.
I'm not even a woman, but I don't even want y'all to be friends.
I don't want you and Bill going on no
Yeah,
man's
over.
trip. Like, what if y'all went and then Bill was there? I'm like, was Bill
They
in
can't
your
go
room
play
last-
golf now at DuPont
Nah.
Country Club. You know Bill can't go golf.
Why? Why you gotta be alone with Bill now? You was kissing him. Nah.
That's
you might
a
want to
tough-
do
that's
it
a
again.
tough
Like,
one.
But
Eli.
what would you do? So he only sees Bill every year at homecoming.
I mean, that would have to be a conversation. Like what's your feelings for Bill? I need more answers.
It was
like,
one time we was both drunk. It was a moment.
Nah.
It,
But for a
being
minute,
drunk
no,
is
you
worse.
just
We caught
don't
a
do that. Nah.
Being drunk is worse.
we
Being
caught a
drunk is
vibe
worse.
and it happened. Like
You
Nah.
caught a vibe.
He
So
touched
you
me,
still
I
like
touched
that?
him, but we didn't go any further.
Nah,
Yeah, you
I'm
gay,
sorry.
bro.
Nah,
You gay, bro.
Right, but a moment sound like, yeah, we had a moment. Like, and
Yeah,
if that
you gay,
moment
bro. I'm
came back,
sorry.
you
You gay.
nah.
Why does the moment sound different when you say him and the Bill caught a moment? But if you and the dude caught a moment, that's
It's
a moment's a moment.
But that's
Right,
but
but
that's
you
not
weren't
a gay
around
moment.
that dude no more.
It's not a gay moment though.
Right.
A gay moment and a moment is different.
Right, you ain't broke
That's a
back
gay
mountain.
moment, yeah.
That's a whole broke back
That's a
mountain
gay
moment. No,
Yeah.
that's like saying you know you found out your dude was in jail and he was gay in jail, but he's straight at home. No.
Now they do be
no.
trying to get
that
you in there
happens,
though.
though.
So like
That happens.
if it was like by force, you really can't fault him for that. But
Oh, but if you were raped, that's something totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah, okay,
But
yeah.
if you was willingly gay in jail,
If you ran
then-
if you ran the cell block,
right, and you
hit
got the
cats off.
Yeah, it's out
girlfriend,
of here.
nah, you and Bill hanging on the rodeo,
that's
no. I'm
That's
sorry.
So
very
that's a no. So if a man does it one time, he's gay.
He's gay.
That's
He's
official.
gay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he's gay.
official.
it's gay.
Sorry
Okay.
for the
No.
double standard.
And everybody at my job said the same thing.
Yeah,
All
he's
the
gay.
women said the same
It's
thing.
gay.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
mean,
can, they
And
like,
it's
you can't come back
unfortunate.
from that.
And it's
You can't.
unfortunate, but
That's crazy that you can't come back from that.
It's very
that one
unfortunate.
thing.
nah, one time you done.
it's unfortunate.
Think
man.
wisely. Don't
And they
broke
probably
back
really
mountain.
aren't gay, but it's still like it's always gonna be that thought. Like I can't
You
even
can't-
break your
men
mouth
can't
'cause you
be
never know.
curious.
Yeah, you just
You can't have that
at
type of
all.
curiosity.
At all, bro. At
Nah,
all.
you can't think like you can
That's
think of
not
it.
a
Don't tell
vibe.
nobody you thought it.
My boy Shaq said that's not a vibe. Fact, Shaq. No way.
No.
That's
He said what?
The thought is terrible. You can't even think about it.
Right. Nah, if you thought about it, just don't ever let nobody know. Like, yeah, I thought about kissing Bill. Yeah, even if the fact that you said you thought about it, you gay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. You,
Cause you had that
If you
thought.
shouldn't
thought
have-
it, you gay.
you shouldn't have gay
And you
thoughts,
said
man.
it out loud, yeah.
He
You
said
should have gay thoughts.
Nah, you can't be like, I thought about kissing Bill. I'm like,
Yeah, you can't have gay
so
thoughts.
you like
man.
Bill?
It's
Like,
over.
nah, that's like like you sitting there saying you thought about kissing this man next to you. Like,
Yeah.
Eli,
I don't do
yeah.
that. But
And I'm like, Eli, for real, dog?
Man,
Now you can't bring your girl or your man around him. No.
Damn,
I
that's
can't
a
bring,
scary
I can't
situation.
come, nor the dude can't come around you. Nah.
That's a scary situation.
Yo, where we at? Yeah.
Right
Oh,
on time.
we had time.
All right,
oh, you know
listen.
what? Hold on. We forgot Russell and Sierra real quick. We got
Well, that was kind of
Well, go ahead. Touch on it.
so. Taj got the picture up there. Well, she'll put it up there, but it was kind of a similar thing. Like Russell, I guess they're married. She had on a dress that was revealing. You came out of the same house together. He knew what she had on, but it didn't become a problem until social media got to it.
Right. You know that. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
You know the difference between the two of these men? One of them has a contract for $250 million, and everybody knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a little bit of a difference in his security and who he is. She's not gonna do anything reckless to lose that lifestyle. I don't think she would.
You talking about Sierra?
We talking about Sierra.
But she's well off on her own.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she ain't got $250 million. She ain't had that many hits.
But she,
But still, she's still a, she's
She
still
cool. She can take a little $10 million and go on if they split up. That's hella money. I'm just saying it's different levels to this. We don't know what's his name. We don't even know his damn name. What's his
I think his name Damon.
Damon. Yeah, so it's different levels right here.
But honestly, she could go reckless. Like she got kids, and he makes
seems perfectly fine.
his contract is how much?
About $250.
Okay, so I got kids. You know, you got to maintain my lifestyle. So honestly, I could if I really wanted to go reckless. But I think that they don't have.
She is a mother.
They don't have that issue. But you got to think. Sierra's been like that. Even when she was with Future,
Exactly.
that's who he accepted his wife for who she was. So he had no problem. He like, yeah, you can look, but she's again coming home to me and my $250 million.
But he is a celebrity in his own right, though.
Yeah.
He is not a regular dude
But I mean,
named Darian.
You pulling Keke Palmer should be enough though. To
Right.
not worry about what people are saying. Like,
Right, you got her. You got her.
You bagged her, but however, now what comes
She
along
bagged
with
you.
bagging? Think about if you've ever dated like one of the hottest chicks around, right? Everybody wanted her and you got her.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pressure that comes with maintaining that because cats is always coming at your woman. If you dating a 5 as opposed to a 10, it's different levels of where your security gonna be at.
All right, but I look at it this way. She went after him. She could have any celebrity she wanted, and she didn't want them. She went to go get this man, we don't know his name, and had a baby with him.
What is his name?
That's terrible. We gotta learn his name. I can't
think
lie.
it's Darian.
We gotta learn his name. That is terrible.
Darian Palmer.
Okay, right, you might well change his last name. But I'm saying she went after him. She pursued him. So with that being said, like you obviously trumped all of these men that could have easily bagged a Keke Palmer in the celebrity world. So your insecurity shouldn't be that high because she came for you.
Right. You should be like, all right.
She came for you.
You're right, but we don't know his past experiences. We don't know if he's been cheated on. Like we said,
True.
everybody
Right.
comes to a
Everybody
relationship
has-
with
yeah.
stuff.
True.
We don't know what his stuff was.
But you agreed to be with Keke Palmer and you knew who she was.
the average dude is gonna rock with that.
He's average.
The
dude.
average dude is gonna,
And
and
he's-
he's
and
average
he's one of
dude.
them.
Let her walk down Main Street and all the black dudes out there. Everybody, if she try to holler, everybody's gonna be with it.
Right, but
The
then
average
that
single
goes back
dude on
to
the
your,
block.
your Russell's
Russell Wilson.
Wilson.
Russell, now you got me calling
Leave
people
Russell Simmons
Simmons.
alone.
your
Russell
Russell,
Wilson.
Whole thing going
your
on.
Russell Wilson comment. Like he should be secure. He actually should never said nothing because now, again, like I said, she even on there clowning him. But you should have just kept quiet and been
Yeah,
secure
that
that,
was
you got
terrible.
Keke Palmer
That was terrible.
as your baby mom.
That was terrible. He just dealt with it completely wrong.
Yeah, he did go about it the wrong
He
way.
should have never did that.
I
as a
agree.
man.
Yeah, he should have just went home and
And
made
dealt
his
with it.
comment.
When
you
she
know,
came home, he just,
yeah, you not Will Smith and Jada. Like,
Oh,
what the fuck that shit
that's a whole
was?
other conversation.
right? This wasn't a Will and Jada moment. Like,
a whole nother
sit
conversation.
down, bro. Nobody knows you, sir. Now, the only reason why you're known or even relevant today is because you made a comment about something with her and Usher. Like, honestly, was he relevant before then?
Nah, he relevant today though. So listen, do we have any comments we need to read real quick before we get out of here?
Oh, good.
I know we're going over a little bit. So listen, man. Listen, y'all. Thank y'all tonight for tuning in. I hope you found this conversation enlightening. It was fun. You know, I like our little banter. That was kind of dope, man. I appreciate y'all. Any last words y'all want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, Priscilla Isabel, go get that outfit.
She can get it, but it's gonna
And wear
be
it with your girls.
It's gonna be in the bedroom.
No, she gonna wear it outside with her girls.
Unless we together.
No, she gonna wear it outside with her girls.
Well, okay. You got some piece.
Nah, man, I had a blast. I had a super blast. And look, man, just keep making sure y'all tune in. It was an honor to be a guest co-host, and let's have fun and be safe.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for coming through, man. Next week, y'all, we will be back. Shay will be back in the building. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. If not, Jen's on deck.
For the afterbirth?
Listen, she missed one more Monday. We changed the name of the show. So, Shay, you better come on back. One more Monday. This will be the Afterbirth podcast. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. Much love from Rebirth and the whole crew. See you next week. Peace.
Peace.